Welcome to another video, Walk on the Wild Side, and I am here in Blackpool. Check out the Blackpool Tower there. It's 7 o'clock in the morning on Christmas Day, so Merry Christmas everyone. It's absolutely freezing as well. No snow today. In fact, it's going to be a really nice day today. We've got high pressure at the moment, so we're going to have sunshine all day today. And tomorrow, Boxing Day as well. So if you fancy coming up to Blackpool for Christmas and Boxing Day, the weather's not looking too bad. But anyway, I've come out pretty early in the morning and I thought we'd have a little look around town. It's absolutely dead, by the way. Like I say, 7 o'clock. I'm just by the McDonald's, 24-hour McDonald's, this one. It's actually the most dangerous McDonald's in Blackpool. Yeah, it all goes wrong. In fact, I don't think it should be open now, shouldn't it? I'm actually just wondering what actually is going to be open today, because there are going to be some places up. I remember the olden days where on Christmas Day pretty much everything was shut, wasn't it? But it's not like that now. But anyway, let's take a little look around Blackpool very early on Christmas Day. Okay, so let's start by giving you a quick look around. There's a tower there. It's lit up in solid tangerine, orange. Someone told me that it's for Grief Awareness Week or something. They usually light it up a solid colour for a charity or something like that. This building here is called the Edith Centre, where the McDonald's is. It's got a clock up there, but that clock's wrong. Well, it's right twice a day anyway. This is looking up Albert Road, there, and as I turn around this way, Albert Road turns into Central Drive, so we're looking straight down Central Drive there. Really quiet at the moment. It is a bit of an interesting area here. We've got Coral Island. Used to be Central Station, this, in the olden days. Will Coral Island be open later? I don't know. Take a little look around the town, shall we? Just here we've got this big black monolith, of course. It used to be the Palatine buildings. I think it was a Palatine buildings. And then that became the Palace. Was it the Palace? Yeah, the Palace nightclub was in there. Yeah, the Palace nightclub was in here. Anyone remember the Palace? It was, probably the biggest nightclub in Blackpool at one time, yeah. And it was featured on the Hitman and Her. And we had a bridge going across to it there. There's a bridge there, look, but it just sliced it off. That used to go all the way across the promenade, that. Across the road, when it was a dual carriageway as well. Just here we've got Heron Foods. Never been in Heron Foods. And there used to be a theatre here back in the olden days. It was called the Queen's. Somewhere here. The Queen's Theatre. Going back to the early part of last century. It became Feldman's. I think Feldman's took it over. Feldman's had another building in town. Was that the CNA? TK? I think that used to be CNA, didn't it? From what I can remember. We've got a church here. It's one of those modern churches, Methodist. And here we have the Woolworths building and the Blackpool Tower. Look at that. Wow. It's like a beacon of hope, isn't it? So this is Adelaide Street West, and the Woolworths building is now taken up by a few different businesses. We've got Poundland, which probably takes up most of the space that Woolworths did. Imagine that, all this building here was just Woolworths in the olden days. Can you imagine that? It was the flagship store for Woolworths, this, you know. It opened in 1938. There's a fair bit of it that's empty. And there's, I think this must have been the grand entrance here, mustn't it? These revolving doors there. Now Sports Direct were in it up until about a year ago, and they had quite a bit of the space, but they moved out. They moved to the Hounds Hill Centre. So we've also got the Albert and the Lion, of course. Let's have a look at that, shall we? Is that going to be open today? The Wetherspoons? I think they'll be open, won't they? The Albert and the Lion. Look at Blackpool Promenade. Look how quiet it is. Wow. And just over the road we've got Christmas by the Sea. Let's have a look this way, shall we, towards the south. Yeah, it's pretty quiet. First thing on Christmas Day. So it's all quiet here at Christmas by the Sea, Blackpool, as we look towards the windmill, the German sausage there. Can you see that bright speck in the sky there? That's Jupiter. Yeah, the planet Jupiter, king of planets. If you like astronomy, you can always follow my astronomy channel. By the way, don't forget to hit subscribe to the channel if you're not already subscribed. Try to get that in near the start if I can. Here we've got the Europe Flyer. That's our little spinny ride for this year. It's not as big as the one we've had in previous years. I've actually been on that as well. I went on it a few weeks ago, yeah. It's all right. But we'll carry on, shall we? Let's have a look at Blackpool Tower from the front. There you go. There's a bit of light coming into the sky now. The sun is, well, the sun doesn't rise until what? Well, it's about an hour away, yeah, at least. I'll tell you what, this Santa hat I've got on, it's actually pretty warm. I was supposed to take it off after that intro. I thought, I'll just wear this for the intro and then I'll take it off because I'll look a bit daft on top. But I went and left it on. I'm just going to leave it on, why not? It's Christmas Day, isn't it? Harry Ramsden's, established 1928. Didn't realise they'd been going that long, but they're not quite the same these days, are they, really? Big massive chain now, aren't they? World famous fish and chips. But are they any good? Let me know if you've been to Harry Ramsden's. They made a bit of an effort with the planters outside. I think the plants are all fake though, aren't they? But that's a little bit of colour for Blackpool, because I have mentioned quite often on my channel that Blackpool Town Centre is pretty much devoid of green spaces, of trees. I mean, look at this here. This is Bank Hay Street. It's one of the main shopping streets in Blackpool. Nice Christmas decorations. But all the planters, you see the planters here, have all been stripped of all the plants. Look at this one here. Look, this filled them with concrete, look. So, yeah, so it's a bit of a concrete jungle, really. Blackpool Town Centre. That's looking north, Bank Hay Street. Let's have a look up here towards the Winter Gardens. That's looking up Victoria Street. Let's have a look at the tower from the north side. The north face of Blackpool Tower. And just here we've got the Boots store. You know, funny enough, the Boots store is still going as Boots. Look at it, it's massive as well, isn't it? And they've got this lift here, this glass lift, which I've never been up. I have never been up that lift. And I've known this store as long as I've lived. So I'm going to have to get myself in Boots and get up that glass lift before Boots collapses and, you know, it goes the same way as Woolworths, and then the store has to close down and then they have to split it up into other stores for, I don't know, for other shops. But anyway, that might not happen. It might not happen. Let's be a bit more positive, shall we? But that used to be W.H. Smith's. This used to be our W.H. Smith store, and that closed down a couple of years ago. And it's now become this one, Essentials. And Not sure why those doors are all boarded up there. Someone kicked the doors in. Yeah, so this was W.H. Smith's. And they're still going, aren't they? They've got one in Cleveland, they've got one in St Anne's, but they got rid of the Blackpool one. And I used to go in there all the time. It was on 3 levels. Got a basement, and they've got a level up there as well. I mean, looking at the build, I do say look up in Blackpool. When you come to Blackpool, look up, because you see some interesting buildings. But this one, well, it's just a bit of a 60s carbuncle, really, that one, isn't it? A bit like the one next door. I remember there was a shop here called, I think River Island used to be there. There's been a few clothes shops in there. It's now called Souvenir King. And I'll just quickly show you on the other side, because of course this used to be the Lewis's department store, this here. This building here. It's a travesty what they did to it. They ripped down, or they kind of dismantled what was Lewis's and turned it into this. Which is a bit of a... It's a crime, really. A crime against architecture. Oh, look here, we've got another one of those concrete plants. The famous Blackpool concrete plants. Anyway, we'll carry on, shall we? Just up here, we've got the multi-storey car park here. And we've got the B&M store in there. And that used to be... Oh, what did it used to be? I can't remember now. Oh, I know we had an Army and Navy store on the corner. I can't remember what that used to be. It's not coming to me. If anyone could let me know. We've got a building here from 1874. We've got... It used to be the Jewellers. Can't remember the name of that now. Leonard Jews, of course. Leonard Jews, yeah. And they had a clock. They used to have a clock outside. A big clock that you could see from the bus. When I get the bus here, when I come into town, you could look at the clock and see what the time was. I can't remember what was here. Oh well, it'll come to me when I finish the video. This is Church Street again. This is probably, with Bankay Street, is one of Blackpool's busiest shopping streets. Oh look, we've got a new fish and chip place here, look. This used to be that Indian place, didn't it? Which was quite short-lived. What was it, Indian street food or something? And it's now a fish and chip place. Wow. It's got a blue plaque as well, by the way. And a bit of a plaque up there with... I don't know what that means there. Let's have a little look at the blue plaque, shall we? Temple of Arts. Oh, now then. See, we have arts in Blackpool. Built in 1847. John Easton's Temple. Interesting. The Three Graces. So that's what we're looking at up there. The Three Graces, but it's not the original. Here's a look at the Grand Theatre. Matcham's masterpiece. Frank Matcham. I don't think I've ever been in the Grand, or if I have, I've probably only been in there the once, when I was a bit younger. Corporation Street, we've got a Nando's on the corner. Santander on the corner there. This is where a lot of the buses come flying around this corner here, and a lot of the buses park. This is where you get a bus in Blackpool, because they all park up here. We don't have a bus station. I remember the olden days when we used to have a bus station. Yeah, we don't have one anymore, but Cleveland's do. Costa Coffee in the old Rawcliffe buildings here. Let's have a look up there. There is a date up there with a name. Rawcliffe's. Rawcliffe's was where we used to get our school uniform from in the olden days, but it wasn't from there. It was from the other shop on Burley Street. So that was the original Rawcliffe's, that one there. We've still got Marks and Spencer in Blackpool. I've said a couple of times that I'm not too sure how long Marks and Spencer might be here for. You know, they might disappear one day, mightn't they? Nothing lasts forever, does it really? But we've got them at the moment, and enjoy them while you can. This is looking down Coronation Street, just down the side of the Winter Gardens there. Got another old building here. These are the old post office buildings. Got the sign up there. So yeah, Church Street, one of the busiest streets in Blackpool, busiest shopping streets, absolutely dead at this time. Bad Santa. Spraying graffiti, look at that there. I thought I'd show you this. This is just down an alleyway off Church Street. Yeah, so here's a little look at back Church Street. This is round the back. The dirty back end of Church Street, Blackpool. I still see some of the cobbles from the olden days. We've even got these automatic bollards, look. I don't think I've ever seen them in use then. Straight across the road we've got Trend, which is a new shawarma. That's new, that. I think it used to be a toy store last, was it? Or was it a Morrison's? Oh, it's been a few things, that. But looks quite fancy actually. The main entrance to the Winter Gardens here in St John's Square. Winter Gardens, Blackpool. We're so lucky to have the Winter Gardens. It's an amazing building. There's so much to it. The Floral Hall, the Spanish Hall, the Opera House, of course, the Empress Ballroom. It was all built over a period of time, about 30 years, I think. I think the Empress building was one of the last historic part of the Winter Gardens to be built before they did all that new section a few years ago, the conference centre. That used to be Yorkshire Bank, Virgin Money. A modern building, that one, nothing too fancy. It's a 60s brutalist. This is a Christmas tree, our main Christmas tree in Blackpool here in St John's Square. So we'll have a little look at that, shall we? There's the church there, St John's Church. Goes back to about 1840 or so, St John's Church. Not in that form though. I think there was one there before, and then they built that one up. They knocked that down and built that one. So this is Abingdon Street. All I can hear at the moment is seagulls. Of course, we've got Abingdon Street Market, which isn't really a market anymore. And it used to be the police station at one time. And they've still got the old sign there. If you look there, you can see police station just above the main door. And of course, next to that, we've got the post office. Goes back to 1914, this building here, Edwardian. The main post office, should I say. Well, they have got post boxes. Look at these, are all sealed up now, aren't they? Remember when you used to put mail in these? Well, they've got one for first class and second class, and I think that was a night safe. Yeah. So yeah, the Blackpool main post office with the iconic red phone boxes. Outside there's 8 of these, and you'll see plenty of photographs of those if you look around. Just here we've got Blackpool's, I think it's Blackpool's newest Turkish barbers, but they're opening every week pretty much, aren't they? So I don't know, they've probably opened another one since. since that one opened. Let's head down here, shall we? Clifton Street, towards the North Pier. I've just spotted a reflection of the tower in that window there. Can you see that? Blackpool Tower. It is a bit like a big Christmas tree, really, isn't it? And they keep it lit up as well through the winter to cheer people up. Like I say, a beacon of hope in the winter. We're just looking towards Hogarth's, a pub which used to be an old bank in the olden days. I'm not sure which bank it was, but it's a grand building, that Hogarth's. And as I pan this way, we would have had Yates's Wine Lodge. Who remembers the Tivoli Pet Shop in here? And they had an awning that goes around as well. So we had like a little arcade here that you could go through to the side, and we also had the Tivoli Pet Shop, and there was also a cinema there as well. If anyone remembers the Tivoli Pet Shop, you'll remember the parrot that they had in there, the talking parrot. We used to go pretty much every weekend. There was as many times as we could just to see the parrot, because the parrot was the star. Everyone knew the talking parrot at the Tivoli. And of course, just on the corner here was Yates's Wine Lodge. In fact, I think above Yates's Wine Lodge in the olden days were the assembly rooms where Blackpool Council used to meet before they moved into this place here, the town hall, around about the turn of the century, last 1900s. So you can see the twilight in the sky now, can't you? Yeah, so Blackpool Council used to meet at a few other places as well before they actually had a town hall. We're now up to Talbot Road, and up that way is North Station, of course, and the tram stop. You can see the tram tracks going up there. We've got Sacred Heart Church there. I think that's my favourite church, certainly the town centre. Just over here we've got the Trilogy nightclub, very popular. Used to be Rumours, this, and Rumours was really popular in the olden days, and Jenks as well. By the way, I will be going out later. I will be getting myself something to eat, so don't worry, I'm not just stuck on my own today. I've come out early to film this video, so I can then get on with the rest of my day. The old Royal Bank of Scotland. But that was only on the ground floor, I think, because I know there was definitely some specialist music shop up on this first or second floor, because my granddad over in Ireland brought his fiddle over, and he had his fiddle serviced in there. Don't know how to say that without laughing, really. That's the Strand down there, takes you to Queen Street, where all the crazy mad pubs are, where it all kicks off at, at all hours. The Counting House, again, another old bank. So many old banks. Let's turn you around, because we've got a cracking view of Blackpool Tower as we get the twilight sky. Look at that there, amazing. Let's have a look at the town hall. We'll have a proper look. It used to have a steeple on the top, but that was removed in about 1966, something like that, because it was a bit unsafe. Yeah, have a look at old pictures, see if you can see the steeple on Blackpool Town Hall. North Pier's in darkness. Will the piers be open today? The arcades, I mean, I don't know. Yeah, it's not like the olden days. I remember the old days where on Christmas Day, pretty much everything was shut. Yeah, that was it. And I could understand why people were in a mad rush to get food in for Christmas Day, because, everywhere was shut on Christmas Day. But nowadays, it's not the same, is it? There's a lot of places now that are open on Christmas Day. Yeah, so there you go. So here's a little look at Blackpool North Pier with that really nice twilight sky. It's gone a bit cloudy now, Can't see Jupiter anymore. There's the tower. The old Clifton Hotel on the corner there. Talbot Square, they used to have the toilets. The toilets were around about there. Who remembers the toilets? The downstairs toilets, underground toilets, should I say. Let's have a little look at the sea, shall we? I think it's pretty calm today. I'll tell you what, it's pretty clear today. In the distance we can see the lights of Barrow-in-Furness in Cumbria. Yeah, and as I pan out this way, it is looking pretty calm. We've got the lights of the wind turbines on the Walney wind farm. There's loads and loads of turbines out there, and they're going to be building more, I think. Let's have a little look at the North Pier now as the light comes into the sky. The sun is going to rise soon, and it's going to be a nice day here in Blackpool. This is Feldman's Arcade, and I mentioned Feldman before near the start of the video when I said they bought the Queen's Theatre, but that's going back a long way. Yeah, that used to be an old music hall, yeah. And it's Yates's that take up most of that building there. Shenanigans next door. And of course, just over here we've got Robert's Oyster Rooms. Don't know who Robert was. You can still get seafood there anyway. And they knocked a building down in there as well. I can't remember what it was. It was an old building. And it's not there anymore. The seagulls are getting a bit noisy. They're waking up. So there you go, that was a little look around Blackpool, first thing on Christmas Day, yeah. And you can see now that the sky is really lighting up now. We've got the twilight, the sun will be coming up pretty soon. The seagulls are all wet, there's some overflowing bins here at Christmas by the Sea, and the seagulls are having a field day. Yeah, so I brought a little bit of Christmas in Blackpool to you in this video. I hope you like it. I know I did the same thing last year and it did really well, so I thought I'd come out and do it again. But I will be getting my Christmas dinner later on, don't you worry. Let me know how your Christmas went in the comments. Did you get the presents you wanted? But anyway, I'm going to leave it there now. Merry Christmas to everyone. I will see you again on the next video. If you like the video, hit the like button and also hit subscribe and tick the bell for notifications of new videos. And I'll see you again on the next one.